Well, there it is. Welcome on in, Heat fans. I really was hoping, it was going to be a boring lottery and I wouldn't have to record anything tonight, but of course, the last lottery spot, the Dallas Mavericks end up getting the number one overall pick in this year's draft. None of the tanking teams got top picks. The only one who was close was the Hornets. And if you want to talk about wrestling, the Mavericks, who of course famously spent all year getting mocked, getting embarrassed, Nico Harrison trading away Luka Doncic, do a supermax, wanted to sign it, 1.8% odds to win the draft lottery, and they have been hand-delivered Cooper Flagg on a silver platter for not winning in the play-in. And I get it. I know what everyone's going to say. I understand. But if I could just say, listen, the Miami Heat were not due any conspiracy. Although you could say that Jimmy forcing his way out. Maybe number 20 will end up being a better player than Cooper Flagg. And the Spurs get number 2, and the Sixers, horse bleep franchise that they are, somehow end up with number 3. I would have vomited if they would have ended up. Legitimately, though, I went into tonight, I'm like, there's one team that can't get number 1. And it was the Sixers. I was already furious because they didn't lose their pick. They deserve to lose their pick. But they didn't. They get to keep their pick. And now the Dallas Mavericks have the number 1 overall pick after having just less than a 2% chance. Because even I, who was like, I had a moment where I was thinking tanking, where they're in the 10-game losing year. What's 12 more games to lose? Then these guys go out and win 6 in a row. And I'm just like, all right, well, to me, 2% chance, what's the difference? But you bet as well talk about hocus pocus. You're not going to win the lottery. And I still don't feel like if the Heat were in this position, they would have won the lottery. Because that's just, you want to know something, guys? That's just the way it's going right now. It really is. I don't mean to be immature about this, but that is just the way it's going right now. Because, whether it's your own star getting disgruntled or it's Goran getting hurt in the finals or it's Damian Lillard trades getting nuked. I don't know what the Heat did to the basketball gods. I don't know if they're still paying for the big 3. I don't know what it is. But I guarantee you this. While all of you have sound arguments, logically, who said making the playoffs was a waste of time. If this would have happened, of course, it wouldn't have. I am fully convinced if you would have, in a parallel universe, swapped the Heat and Mavericks, the Heat would stay at 11th. They not only would have stayed 11th, but the Sixers would have got the number 1 pick, and I would have been in a complete nightmare because that's just how it's going lately. And I don't know, look, everybody had said with the Luka trade, it was fixed, it was rigged. What do you mean you don't put him on the market? It makes no sense. None of this is clearing that up because you're telling me there's not a wink that Luka Doncic gets to go to the Lakers and we're going to make good. We're going to give you Cooper Flagg. So don't worry about it, new Mavs owner. You got that loudmouth Mark Cuban. You've neutered him. You've cut his nuts off. He's no longer important. Trust me, we'll make good on it. Just deliver Luka to the Lakers. And do with AD what you want. Maybe you want to flip him. I don't know. Maybe they want to go trade AD and the number 1 pick, go get Giannis. I don't know. Or just trade the number 1 pick, get it, or I don't know, trade AD to get Giannis. I don't know. Now they're in the Giannis sweepstakes. Congratulations. Now the Sixers are in the Giannis sweepstakes. Congratulations. What do I have? Nothing. I have nothing. I have pathetic conspiracy tweets I'm a stupid boy. I mean, the play-ins were fun. They were fun. Davion Mitchell, off night, flex. Can't even lie to myself anymore. I deserve happiness in my basketball world. I do. I deserve it. We deserve it. Why do the rat bastard Mavericks get it? Why when the Cavaliers were rotten about LeBron James leaving, why do they deserve 3 number 1 picks? Why? Explain that. They'd have never had the number 1 pick. Not that they could have. They weren't in the lottery. But I know if they were, they wouldn't have gotten it. They would have ended up with 11 and 20. Or dropped out with the way they're going. Well, look who it is, varmint. You're sitting here all sad and sorry for yourself. Well, put your sorries in a sack, mealy-mouthed moron, because I told you we should have tanked. You were greedy like a pig, because all I wanted was 12 more losses, and you couldn't give me one, Heat Nation. Let me ask you something. Do you even remember the teams that they beat in that winning streak? Well, let me do a refresher course for you. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Wizards. They beat the Sixers. They beat the Hawks. And they beat the Celtics. And they beat the Golden State Warriors. And you may want to win the grand petty of them all. How do you feel about it now, Heat Nation? Because you're sitting here. You got no direction. You got no assets. The only thing you have is a jack asset because that's how you should feel. Hee-haw. Because I'm telling you right now, donkey, you're sitting here with the 20th overall pick. Won't even know if that's going to turn into the next Jaime Jaquez Jr. or someone who actually can play basketball at this association level. And look at you. You wanted to be a quote-unquote good fan. Well, how's it feel now? I hope you're sweating and not cooled off because you're in for a hell of a ride now because look at it. Now the Sixers got themselves a top 3 pick. Could trade it for Giannis. The Dallas Mavericks, they lost Luka. They're back up top. They got Kyrie, Luka, AD, all the size in the world. What do you got? A wing and a prayer. That ain't no plan, Sergeant. That's what gets you hurt in the battlefield. And I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to think, how much did you enjoy those 6 wins you can't even remember? And don't even look at me in the eye if you mention play-in. Because if you want to play in, I'm going to tell you played yourself. Because you don't even remember beating Modest Buzelis or whatever the name is of those characters from the Atlanta Hawks or what was ever left in them. Oh, brr, you beat Ashtray. Good for you. I hope that you could hang a banner with it. But I tell you what you can't hang. Any lottery picks this year. You want to know how you didn't get any karma picks, Sergeant? Let me tell you something. Sergeant, you ain't no sergeant. You're more like a private. You're more like you're in basic training. So let me put this one through your thick skull there. If you would have been able to suffer just through another 3 weeks of terrible basketball, you could be where the Mavericks are right now. And you want to blame conspiracy theories and frozen envelopes. The people who believe in conspiracy theories are the same people who can't suit it and boot it, suit up, and tough it through the real struggles with their troops. And now we're sitting here, pickless, thankless. Pat Riley's talking about ribbity-hibbity-bibbity-boo like he is putting on a hex on you, and you can't believe a damn word he says. And this Eric Spoelstra, he talked like a bunch of nonsense, hippy-dippy, rainbows on the other side. Well, let me tell you, son, there's no ukulele here. There's just a bunch of L's that you should have taken, but instead you sat here, and what do you have now to show for it, Spoke? Guess what the beautiful thing was, sir? Infamy. That's what you got. The most lopsided playoff series loss of all time. And all you needed to do, you selfish bastard, was to go out there and lose a mere 12 more games, and you would have been in this position. But your damn pride got in the way. Your damn franchise's pride got in the way. And you have dummies on YouTube like the one who runs this channel talking about heat culture, heat culture. You know what heat culture used to be? Banners, rings, Dwayne Wade, the Big Three, Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal. What is it now? I said, what is it now? First round exits, extra postseason games where your stats won't even register, what do you have other than loneliness and hope to talk about conspiracies? You should be sick of yourself, Tobin. Sick of yourself. You shouldn't even look at yourself in the mirror. Shouldn't even call yourself a real Heat fan. What you are is a propaganda artist, water-carrying, boot-licking propaganda machine for the Heat front office. You don't believe in the things you say. You just go out there and you do what they tell you to say. You slobbed up an old softball for Pat Riley to talk about Heat culture and make everybody think he's with it. Well, the only thing that we're with right now is without a prayer, because we need to now hope that Giannis is going to force his way here to play with who? Bam and Tyler? Lying to yourself. You make me sick. Get off this guy's channel.